And welcome back, everyone, to what I believe is episode 17 of the Cursebreakers, where I take 6 intrepid adventurers through this land, the land of Barovia, to break the curse upon the land. Welcome to Cursebreakers, and I completely lost track of where I was going with that. Had a better plan for that. Anyway, we'll go through with our introductions, starting with Gengar.
Hi, I'm Cameron. I play Cade Everwood, the Asimov Paladin.
And then our resident farmer.
Oh, hey there, howdy.
Oh,
God.
Aos, the clerical life.
And then our chimney sweep. There's the only other people I can think of who wear that sort of hat.
Hello, I'm Jamie. I play Elias Vernan, the Bard of Law.
And then let's go for Tank.
Hi, I'm Tank. Oh, sorry, go on.
Who you can't actually see, but that's... Yep.
Hello. Hi, I'm Tank. I play Hellweir, the Echo Knight Fighter.
/ rogue.
Yes. I forgot about that, yeah. My bad.
I like to picture in my head that you're wearing the fanciest of hats. Anyway,
yes,
and then
I've got a top hat on.
Yeah, and then we'll go to Kirsty.
Hello, I'm Kirsty. I play Raven the Rogue.
And then Steph, who I was
Hi.
hoping would get a hat but didn't.
Oh.
I must have missed the memo, so no hat for me. But I'm Steph. I play Porky the Barbarian.
Right, and let me just give you all watching a little bit of a wee catch-up. And the farmer's gone. Now we've got Chris. Do your introduction. No.
Oh.
Anyway, right. So, on our last exciting episode, the party arrived at Kresk. From as far as they're aware, the only other remaining town that they haven't been to. They managed to give the children off for a bit whilst they went to check out the abbey, but perhaps most surprising of all, they ran into an old friend here, Irina, who has not only managed to beat them here from Valarki, but has somehow managed to gain a position in the guards. The party still aren't sure how that has occurred. Aos helped with the delivery of a baby via prayer, and also found out that the burgomaster and his wife have lost all their children to illness. Most recently, their son about a week ago. He's been asked to try to bring them back, but as he's unable, he's promised to allow them to speak with them. Party then went up to the abbey, where they met some mongrel folk. These are humanoids that appear to have some slight animalistic traits, like wolf snouts or bat wings or spider legs. All sorts. They also appear to be not quite all there. The party met the abbot and his, for want of a better word, creation, Vasilka, the Frankenstein bride of Strahd, is probably the best way of putting it.
Yep.
But the abbot is not just an abbot, he is actually a powerful celestial as revealed by our paladin's divine sense. After providing him with a wedding gown, which the party just happened to have because they're a bunch of thieves and looters, they've managed to secure 3 favor points with the abbot. He will grant them the use of the Raise Dead spell, the Remove Curse spell, or Commune.
Wait, what about Healing Touch?
And his Healing Touch. Rather than Remove Curse, Healing Touch is better.
Oh, yeah.
So, the abbot is giving them a tour, and Raven and Porky decided they were going to stay outside. And it is with them that I shall begin. And I believe that I provided Cade vision on that map, so that should be appearing on the stream. So, I'm going to start with you two, because whilst you're waiting for the others to get back, probably Porky keeping an eye on Raven based on their usual synergy. That's not the
It's
right
more
word.
Porky was inside, but when things got a bit eerie, she kind of went to find Raven after spotting that he wasn't around.
Yes.
She's kind of concerned that he's done a runner.
Yeah, but I believe you were just waiting outside of the gates, Raven, correct?
Yes, yeah.
Right. As the two of you are waiting outside the gates, the bell of the abbey begins to toll. And in response to this clamoring toll, suddenly off to your, if you were facing the gates themselves, off to your left, so like northeast, you hear multiple shouts, food, 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 food. And that's just going on and on and on.
Where's that coming from?
Coming from, let me just get back to that page because I was looking at the page, from around here-ish. But actually, you would also hear it from here, here, kind of from all over. And it's multiple different voices, but all seem to be clamoring out in absolute hunger and for food, and they're not stopping. I'm not going to keep shouting because it's a bit much.
Did they say food?
Multiple times. And they are still going.
I don't see any.
What, food?
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people yelling for food.
They're not going to bring the food out here, are they?
I don't know. Unless we are the food.
They
Which,
surely
after
have.
being in there, it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. Not that I actually know what's going on inside.
I kind of want to move towards the sound.
Okay. Yep, you're welcome to do so. Are you going to go back into the abbey, or are you going to skirt on the outside?
The others are still inside, right?
Yes.
I'm going to stick my head back into the abbey, I think. Just in case.
Okay. And I need to grab a token from the other page, which for some reason I can't find to drag and drop. No, not that page. That page. Okay, as you stick your head back in, you see slowly approaching a man with two heads carrying what looks like some sort of food.
Okay.
He walks past, doesn't even notice you. One of the heads is a normal head, the other one appears to be that of a baby. It's quite weird.
Not creepy at all.
But we'll have a better look.
Didn't we see him inside? Oh no, I'd left before that point.
Yeah.
Is he talking about food, or is he heading towards the people that are yelling for food?
He's heading towards the people.
Okay.
From your observances, as he gets to about here where you saw that woman shackled, you see him.
I'm just going to stick myself in here so I can actually see.
Yeah. So here.
Mm.
He reaches into this sack and just sort of tosses some grains at her. And in
I mean, there's nothing ominous about that.
and in response, she cries out, "Clothing! You're hiding all the food! Give me more food!
So you're hurting the food?
Give me more food!
Well, this place is creepy and I don't want to hang around for it much longer. Are the others going to come back anytime soon?
I don't know. There's nothing really ominous. He is literally just giving her food. Sure, they look creepy, but...
The two-headed man shakes his head, and the little one pipes up and goes, "No! Enough food for you!" And then he continues walking on.
She literally sees nothing. Aside from how they look, there's nothing untoward going on here. He's literally just feeding them.
He stops here for a moment and goes, Wow, suppose I should feed those ones too. Do we have to? Yes, yes. Abbott would be displeased. So he walks over to these, one of a better word, shed-like buildings. And pulls out some keys and unlocks like a slat in the door, and then chucks through some food. From what you can see, these buildings over here appear to be what look like chicken coops.
Okay.
And upon opening, you hear cries of, "Ma! Ma! Ma!"
Okay.
No, enough food for you.
Is he again just feeding them grain, or...?
Yeah, he only appears to be feeding them like small handfuls. Like, to you, it doesn't look quite enough, like, sustaining, but, or at least not for like a full meal. It looks maybe a little bit.
But again, he's just feeding them. He's not actually doing anything wrong. My brain, like, externally, my brain is like, something shifty is obviously going on here if you've made this a point, but, like, Porky's just like, he's feeding them. What? It's not like he's beating them or feeding them people.
He finally seems to notice you and looks over and goes, "Don't feed them any more than I give them, but you can look."
I have nothing to feed them, even if I wanted to.
Good. They're being fed enough. Yes, enough. And he walks into this building.
Okay.
Would you like to interact with anything? Or you just going to observe? It's all up to you.
Honestly, Porky doesn't see anything awful about the situation. Okay, yes, there's someone shackled and people in, like, chicken coops, but...
Yeah.
Like, no one's... She's seen worse, let's face it, since she's been here. She's seen so much worse.
Yeah, the one that's shackled, which is that one, for sort of rises up into the air, trying to fly at the two-headed man as he walks away, but he is easily out of her range.
Yeah, I'm just going to go back outside to Raven and just sort of... It's just feeding time.
Yes, it looks a little unorthodox, but there doesn't appear to be any wrongdoing.
I mean, this whole place is messed up, but according to the abbot, they asked for it.
Yes, unless I actually hear the sounds of actual terror, I'm not really going to step foot in.
Oh, that's a point. I forgot to tell you why I came out here in the first place. Celestials.
Yeah, I'm not going in there.
You don't think it's exciting?
Drow.
And? Celestials.
they're big booted, big egoed. Think they're all that.
She just looks you up and down. Mirror.
Yeah, I'm quite happy just sitting this one out unless our friends need us.
Seems
Okay.
fair.
I will move back to the other party then for the time being. So let me know if you want to do anything at any point.
Mhm.
Alright, so the party are currently up on the ramparts, and you are also hearing this clamoring of food. But it's a bit further away from you.
Was that straight after the bell was tolled as well?
Yep.
Elias,
Yes?
I don't think you were supposed to pull that.
Do you
The
think
whole-
everybody's...
You caused
Really?
quite a ruckus down there. I go to the parapets and have a look down.
Yeah, you see, this will probably be at a similar time. You see Clothing, the two-headed person that you saw previously, tossing what looks like grain into people.
Grain. Can people eat raw grain?
Can
I
raw
don't-
grain eat people?
Well, that's a very good question. At least for this place, anyway. Where's our Abbott?
Yes, my child.
I hope we didn't interrupt your feeding schedule, but does that bell seem to call for them?
He looks upwards thoughtfully and goes, "Yes, that would be the signal that it is time for their meal. But
And you're
it
keeping
is...
people in there.
Hmm?
And you're keeping people in those sheds?
Yes, it is currently the only place I have to keep them safe from themselves."
And you're feeding them grain.
Today, it seems. I leave that to Clothing, but I make sure they have enough.
What other things do you normally feed them?
Depends. Meat, bread, soup on occasion, though that one tends not to go down too well.
What kind of meat?
Whatever meat we can find, really.
I whisper to the others. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of.
Yeah.
Mystery meat.
Yeah, mystery.
I
Um,
got everybody
right.
an extra feeding today, so
Well,
good deed done.
why don't you lead on? Sorry to interrupt the tour.
Yeah, I just want to check something on my map a moment. Give me a moment.
I'm gonna let everyone go ahead and take up the rear of the pack.
Okay, that's just confusing. They put the two maps at slightly different orientations, which sort of throws me off where the stairs should be.
Oh, it's okay.
It's like I should be rotate the map like 90 degrees or something for the right orientation, but whatever. Anyway, so he knocks on this door here and says, "Miss Davenir, are you available for company? We have guests." You hear a voice. Well, as it's for you, Abbott, I suppose so. Come in. And the door is opened.
Zombie!
You're of course able to enter, where you see Vasilka off in to the side, looking at herself in a mirror, and you see this woman.
Ooh.
Wait, how did Vasilka beat us up here?
Because she went up here before you did.
Oh, okay.
Pardon the
She was-
intrusion.
Like soup
It
skins.
is of no consequence. Well, my name is Esmeralda Davenir.
Zerelda.
The abbot has given me leave to stay here, and as she takes a step, you hear the clank of metal or from one of her legs, and looking at it, you can see that from the knee downwards, her leg is metal, not the metal of armor, but metal.
Metal prosthetic.
Yes.
Right.
Actually, it's her right leg. Sorry, not her left. I thought it was her left.
May we come in?
Of course, of course. Apologies for the mess. I don't really have much time to clean. Well, I do, but I don't really care to. I'm used to us doing that for me. Well,
I'll introduce
anyway.
I'll introduce the party one by one and explain that we are simply looking for a place that would be suitable for children to live in.
As you are saying this, the abbot goes, Esmeralda, if it is okay, I will leave them with you. I have other business to attend to. Feel free to stay as long as you like. However, I must ask you not to explore further rooms for safety reasons. And with that, he walks away.
Guess that concludes our tour.
But what about the
Yeah.
one that we just passed over here?
As I said, please do not explore any further rooms for safety reasons.
We're totally going to explore, aren't we, guys?
Do any of the doors have windows?
These do.
And then actually ask for Silk to come with him, and the two of them leave.
Okay.
Do any of the doors have windows?
So, Zerelda.
No. Sorry, that was a bit of a stutter. It's a bit dusty in here. It's Esmeralda.
Pleasure to meet your acquaintance.
It's a pleasure to meet yours as well. So, what brings you to the forsaken land of Barovia?
Well, I can't speak for the others, but well, our current mission, like I said, is we're just trying to help some children get home or find a home. Tell me, are you pleased with your stay here?
It is suitable enough for me. But I am only staying here for reasons I do not wish to discuss. But as for children staying here, I would not advise it.
Why ever not?
Yeah.
Does look like there's a lot of danger.
Well, I'm sure you have come confronted with at least some of the mongrel folk, and you have, of course, seen Vasilka. That she glances about abomination, but that is not all. And she looks to you and goes, how much can I trust you?
What do you need being done?
Nothing exactly, but I feel like if you're planning to, you want to know whether this is safe, you deserve the full truth.
There's something
But-
about this, isn't there? Through that room. Through that
This
door.
this place, well, have you wondered exactly where the abbot gets his parts?
Monsters?
Travelers.
Grave robbery.
Yes, exactly. There's a reason he keeps the mongrel folk. They don't exactly have any problem with going to town and picking up a little meat on the way, if you get my drift.
Oh.
In fact, I bet if you went down to town and dug up almost any grave that wasn't dug in, let's say, the last month, I bet you'd find them empty.
So that probably explains why you chose to have a prosthetic leg instead of some sort of spliced leg.
Well, this happened before I got here. Um,
I've never seen one before.
Yes, I met a rather skilled artisan after I had a less than successful adventure. And he was able to eventually craft me a leg that functions almost as well as a real one.
That's
It does
incredible.
get a bit itchy on the knee.
If you don't mind me asking, how did you come to Barovia?
She goes, There's something about you. Please, all of you come in and close the door. I will explain.
Elway, get your butt in here.
Yes, I'm here.
Right. So, first of all, and I realise, considering the land you're in, this might cause you to immediately have some mistrust. But know that I'm a Vistana.
Distrust.
Or one of them.
Vistani?
But, yes, I'm a member of the Vistani clan. I'm able to travel to this land, as are my people, but I travelled here searching for a certain man.
Okay. Are you
This...
hunting?
No, I am searching for a man who is doing the hunting.
And this man's name is?
Rudolph van Richten.
We've heard of him.
Wasn't that the name of the cart we found?
Yeah.
I think we've
Yeah.
met the man.
She looks at you for a moment and goes, "What do you mean a cart you found?"
I don't think we've met him.
I will hand her the slip of paper that's the part of his book.
How did you get this?
We we found a wagon and thought it was abandoned, so we had a look inside.
She puts a finger on her nose and it's just like, "You managed to get past my traps then." That's
Oh, that one.
What trap?
disappointing.
There were no traps on that cart.
I thought you
Well,
said you wasn't hunting him.
It
I
was a
wasn't
very difficult
hunting.
trap to get through.
I wasn't hunting him. Well, I was hunting to find him so I can help him.
And you
That's-
said you
Was
laid
there a
trap for him?
No,
Was
those
there a
traps were
talking monkey?
Those traps were there to protect my wagon.
Your wife.
Oh,
Yes.
Sorry.
Now, it's of no consequence. I can afford to replace most of it, I think. Though finding anywhere that sells silver in here will be difficult, but
Why would you just leave it like that? For
In front of
anyone to find.
Victaro's tower.
Abandoned tower.
because I was planning to come back for it a lot sooner than now.
So you left it really, really far away from your person to come back to it.
Because today was meant to be a short day trip, and I wasn't exactly going to get a wagon full of explosives, vampire hunting equipment into a town that not only will not aid Strahd's allies, but will not aid his enemies either.
Why didn't
Where
you
do
just...
you lie in that scale?
She grins. Well, my master's Rudolf van Richten. What do you think?
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
see.
So,
Then,
She's fighting for Strahd, less, like as a joke.
so what if we told you we are working towards ending Strahd?
yeah, I would like to insight check her to see if she's
Hmm.
telling
Yeah.
the truth.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Roll that insight check. She is 100% telling the truth.
Then you're right to trust us. For whilst finding a home for these children is our immediate mission, our grand end
I mean-
goal.
Secondary. Maybe tertiary.
Yes.
What?
Our
Oh,
end goal is seemingly aligned with yours.
well, then you might be interested in exactly why I'm staying here.
Go on.
Well, the abbot, insane man that he is, aims to... What's the right word? Bring Strahd here so he can hand over the bride. What better place for their wedding to occur?
Why would an angel type be aiding Strahd?
He's
Be-
not aiding them.
Because foolish man that he is, he believes a fake bride will save Strahd from who he is.
Seems pretty foolish.
We've heard tale that he had lost his wife.
Strahd has lost many wives over time, but he always finds a new fancy.
Hmm.
So,
He
when
sounds,
is...
sounds a bit obsessive.
I'm not sure exactly when he's due to arrive, which is why I've been waiting here, ready to ambush him so I can end him myself.
You believe you alone can stand against Strahd?
I have...
I don't mean that as an insult. I am
Hmm.
genuinely curious.
I have spent much time studying my master's notes, studying everything I can about the castle, about the vampire, and whilst I cannot guarantee my victory, I am fairly confident. No, if my master was here, it would be a certainty.
Well, when and if you do survive that, we have been accumulating allies all over Barovia to make a stand at some point if you wish to be a part of that. If you're still alive.
So your plan is to unite the land against him, I guess.
Precisely.
I'm just gonna go over to the door.
Rid the land of the
Yes,
evil.
something like that.
Hmm. Well,
Is this
I don't know why,
place...
I just have a suspicion. I'm just gonna go over to the door and open it a crack, make sure no
Yeah.
one's listening.
you don't see anyone outside.
Okay, good. I stare at the scarecrows suspiciously, and anyway, close the door.
So how safe would this place be in the meantime for the children?
Well,
Probably.
depends how much you like the idea of them being made into food.
Good God.
Yeah, and probably not if Strahd is coming here.
Definitely not. If Strahd is.
You would personally, I would keep them as far away from. Well, it's hard to believe that anywhere in Barovia is safe, not till that man dies,
And we should
and
probably
the abbot with him.
get our friend out of here if Strahd's coming here as well.
Hold on. You speak of killing Strahd, that's one thing. But killing an angel?
Tell me, you look the religious type.
Impartial.
What sort of angel would be willing to have his minions dig up graves to build a flesh golem to marry a vampire? What sort of angel would be willing to butcher humans and make them into those things, whether they admitted to it or not?
Dead people. He's not causing any more suffering, but
Desperation.
I will say it's questionable. Eos kind of like walks over to the window, trying to avoid eye contact and gather her own thoughts, because she's a bit conflicted about this.
Now,
She turns and back around and says, "God works in mysterious ways, but I'm sure that there's a good reason. After all, if Strahd does end up marrying this wife, does that mean he will? Does that mean he will stop terrorizing the people? He will be happy?"
if it was that simple, then why would Strahd be a problem at all? He's been married multiple times to women he supposedly loved. Even if that was true, it would only be a minor thing until the flesh golem eventually comes apart. Plus, the idea of giving Strahd, who already has legions of werewolves and vampires and ghouls and goblins and all sorts, flesh golems, and a design that works, a design that looks almost human compared to some abominations I've seen on my travels. Handing something like that over to him, just even if it was a mere stopgap, doesn't seem wise. But how about the abbot forbade you to look around the rest of the hospital for risk of your own safety, right?
Yeah.
Why don't you go have a look what else is hiding here and use that to make up your judgment?
Before we
I'm sure the four of you will be more than capable.
Yeah. Before we begin anything, you're Vistani, right?
Yes.
And you've travelled around Barovia quite well.
Yes.
By chance, do you know the name of a mage north of the Lake of Valaki?
She closes her eyes for a moment and goes, "You were on my wagon, yes?
Yes.
Did you happen to pick up a deck of cards?"
Yes, I did.
Hand them
And
over to me.
I will hand over the
boy.
tarot
Oh
cards.
boy.
Here we go.
Oh.
She walks over to a desk, which isn't on the map, but I'm saying there's one, and then closes her eyes and says, "This might not be a perfect reading. I'm not quite as skilled as the likes of Madame Ava, but with this, I should be able to discern a name. Now, let me just check something, because there are some official things on how her use of this works, if I recall correctly. So I'm going to just open my thing on that. It's not that page. I've lost it. There it is. Oh no, no, it is good enough. Okay, so she begins to shuffle the deck, and then looks at you and goes, "Describe this wizard."
He was oldish, and he was
Oh,
wearing
wow.
red, right? And
No, he had a cloak. He could transform into a stag. He had
yeah,
a wild beard. It was like unkempt. He had crazed-looking eyes.
and a booming voice.
Stupidly
Hmm.
powerful.
Yes, he could cast
Yes.
great magics. More powerful than I have ever witnessed.
Yeah. She ends up pulling out a single card, the broken one.
Ooh.
His mind is broken, but his spells are strong. The Mad Mage of Mount Baratok.
That's the one.
The Mad Mage, inventor of many magics. The friend of Elminster of Shadowdale, Mordenkainen himself,
Oh,
is the one you found. One who fought against Strahd a long time ago, but has lost his mind, lost his staff, lost his spellbook.
Lost his name?
Mordenkainen is his name.
I thought he was
What?
a friend of Mordenkainen.
No.
No, he was a friend of Elminster.
Oh,
Yes.
Do I have any
That-
idea who Mordenkainen is?
Roll me a history on our Arcana check.
I don't know.
yeah.
I'm shocked
Same.
and stunned regardless.
I'd like
Oh
to
my god.
roll on that.
10?
Would it be history or would it
I
be an
said
arcana?
history or Arcana.
Or
Either
arcana?
one. Either one.
Okay.
Mm, Holy crap, that's a massive reveal. No
Yep.
idea.
Wow.
He
Was
Okay.
a wizard,
He was a wizard.
and he was
Yeah.
also
Wizard.
a man.
So, Cage, you've never heard of Mordenkainen. You've heard of the spells, but you're pretty sure the guy who made them, he just used a fancy name. There's no way that's an actual name. It's far too ridiculous. Hellware, you've heard of them, because most people have heard of the three great spells of Mordenkainen, the Faithful Hound, the Sword, and perhaps most
Mansion.
importantly, Magnificent Mansion. He is a very skilled and powerful adventurer. He knows much, but as you would also know, and Elias knows this even more so, without his spell book and without his staff, he will be much weaker.
Oh.
But even then, with what he has, he will be a powerful ally. She pauses for a moment and pulls. Let me just think. What would be the card she would pull?
You know the spell book I got from the Death House?
Yeah.
Mhm.
If I look inside, does it by chance have Mordekainen's name anywhere in it?
No.
Okay.
But
Don't think
he,
it was that easy.
she actually puts the cards away and says, his mind is broken, but it is more broken than something that mere magic can cure. He has, from what I can see, he has used powerful magic to blank his mind. But it is possible that his mind can be restored with time and enough magic. But she stops for a moment and then pulls another card. And where is the card I'm looking for? Oh, I think I like that one. The hooded one. I see a faceless god awaiting you at the end of a long winding deep in the mountains. It is in here. It is there, in that place, that you may find something to aid the Mad Mage, but in doing so, you may fall into darkness, or perhaps create an even greater enemy than Strahd.
And what mountain is this?
Just said a long and winding road deep in the mountains is all I see.
There's a lot of mountains in Barovia. Could it be the ones we're heading to in Amber Temple?
I will say, can I pull out the town map or the map of Barovia we got just to see if anything
Yep.
clicks with that?
I will, of course, take you to the world map. She looks at it for a moment, but then stops herself. And then goes, if I was to provide you with more information, then the future will change. You must work this out for yourself, and also decide whether that is the right path for you.
What about this? And I'll point to this pass because I can't read what it says. So
Selenka.
that's the one, Selenka Pass. To pass way through the mountains. That's a way of following through anyway.
She refuses to say anything more, but then pauses and goes, whilst I plan to stay here to ambush Strahd, if the cards are this willing to provide you aid, then perhaps I should be following your plan rather than that of my own.
I think to ensure your own safety, it might be wise.
Then
Striking him now is not going to change anything. You're just going to put yourself into your own demise.
Then what I shall do, I shall return to my wagon and I will ready myself for the upcoming battle.
Well, when we aim to gather our allies, we'll light a beacon at Argenvostolt, and everyone will be meeting at Valaki.
The beacon is lit.
Not Valaki.
I thought it was Valaki. We're meeting there.
No, it's at the town of Barovia.
Oh, the town of Barovia. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I got that wrong.
She nods and goes, still,
A village.
before you make up your mind about the abbot, whether my views on him are correct, I would bid you have a look round before you make your decision. There is more hidden here, but that is of course up to you. For now, I will bid you adieu. And she puts her hand on her head. Using the cards always gives me such a headache.
Before we
Right.
go, is there anything that you want back from your wagon? We kind of took everything.
Your faithful chicken?
Yes, we have your chicken.
No. breadcrumb is fine.
Breadcrumb.
Our barbarian calls him bacon.
No, it's
She
Nugget.
Pauses and goes. Yeah, I can live with that.
Maybe the bacon was covered in breadcrumbs.
Ooh, breaded bacon. What would that taste like?
You know what might be useful? You know what might be useful for the battle?
Hmm.
The
All-
alchemist's fire.
All the alchemist fire, if you could disable and bring that with you.
Ooh.
I
So-
was looking at trying, but it was too intricate. I didn't want to risk blowing myself up.
Yes, that would not have been the smartest. Probably wouldn't have ended up meeting.
But you
Would've been a-
installed it, so surely you can take it apart.
Oh yes, that's easy.
And that would definitely be useful in our assault.
Would have been a
Hmm.
tragedy if we'd all died, and it was one of Strahd's enemies.
Well, worse.
It's what happens when we poke into things that don't belong to us, I suppose.
It seems that fate is on your side, at least for now.
We like to
Oh,
think so,
sorry.
anyway.
Let's hope it continues.
Bring you back to the map.
Well,
Right.
looks
That's the
looks
one
like
map.
we've gained another ally and a literal fuck ton of bombs.
And we've also got a place to leave the children.
And the biggest lore drop I've ever heard. in D&D.
Yeah, not to mention Mordenkainen himself.
Wow.
himself.
Yeah, you did that one throw you.
I had no idea, like literally no idea. But now I see the Mad Maid. I can actually see the resemblance.
Yeah, I think I actually managed to find a image for them.
Oh my
But
god!
yeah, so with that, she bids you adieu and goes and sits on her bed,
Yeah.
or a bed.
Well, guys, let's go incur the anger of an angel.
He's got the same eyebrows and everything.
It might be worth getting Porky and Raven before we delve in deeper.
Yeah, probably.
Can you not message them to come up, Elias?
I can, and I will.
You can literally see them if you look over the parapets.
Yeah.
Oh,
I just
if that's
look
the
up,
case, I'm just going to lean over and go, up you come.
I do it in a better fashion than just get up here.
Yeah,
Well,
so
I'm-
the two of you down there hear the. Well, you hear Elias's voice in your heads and Hellweir's voice from above you.
It's like obvious.
Muted.
It was okay, we didn't say anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was literally just a case of, oh.
I was
So you
thinking of jumping and surprising them, but it's a long drop, 30 foot.
And
It's not worth it.
Paul has a very large axe, which she'd probably use if you scared her.
Yeah, and,
That's too.
and especially if you jump this way, because apparently it's hundreds of feet down.
Yeah.
How far up are they then?
They're up about 15 feet, 20 feet.
How's that it? That's not a problem.
But if you drop off,
Do you want me to
if-
throw you?
if you drop off the wrong, nobody tosses it round.
Porky can toss it.
I mean, he's not thrilled to be going in, but yeah, rather than walking through the courtyard, he probably would try and clamber up to the window.
Okay, give me. Well, I'd say with Porky aiding, there's probably stuff to grab on. It can be an acrobatics check. I'll allow it.
Okay,
Parkour your way up.
nat 20.
Ooh.
Okay, you basically just sort of look at the and just, you know what? I'm a monk today, and you just run up the wall.
Yeah.
And everyone's just like.
It's the heels, uses them as like cliff spikes.
Even one of the scarecrows, which is clearly just a scarecrow, actually just turns and looks at you in amazement.
You animated a scarecrow with your acrobatics skills.
You laugh, we laugh, the table laughs.
We killed the table. It was a good time.
Right, and now Porky, how are you getting there?
Has anyone got any rope we can just like hang over the edge for Porky?
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
I don't for some reason.
We have
Sure.
tons of rope.
Let's chuck a rope down so Porky can climb up instead of just using the stairs.
I mean, to be fair, she would she even remember the way?
Exactly.
No, we'll just
Ah.
lower the rope and
Yeah, we'll just
her
let
up.
them.
Right,
She would not remember the way.
Yeah, athletics check. And whilst that's going on, food. Still people yelling for food. Yeah, you, for a moment, whilst you're trying to think away, you almost forget how to climb a rope, but then you're easily able to just you just sort of pull on the rope, and it's almost like rather than you climbing the rope, it's almost like for a moment you're almost pulling the building towards you with your strength.
I just
You managed
clasp,
to get up there.
I just clasp a hand over the edge and I'm like, "Did you hear it? Did you hear me pull the bell?"
We did. We heard the cacophony afterwards.
It was great.
What's a cacophony?
What is a cacophony?
It's probably the largest instrument I've ever played.
A cacophony is an instrument?
No, the bell.
Basically, it means noise.
Sounds like a.
Wait, was that legit a thing? I think Cameron's intelligence isn't even high enough for that.
Is it cacophony or is it not cacophony?
It's cacophony.
It's cacophony.
Yeah. Anyway,
I was
Yeah,
about to
anyway.
pull out my dictionary on that bullshit.
let us continue. So I will, of course, drag. See, now that I've moved by the player characters, I keep clicking on the wrong folder.
Yuck.
Right.
Yeah.
Kick the door open.
So we'll just quickly catch up Raven and Porky and just say, so we saw this woman. She told us about Wizard Man. She's gonna be our ally. Don't kill her if you see her.
She has a metal leg.
Metal leg, yeah.
Leg hard.
I'll try to remember that.
We're determining whether the angel here is of goodwill and intention or not. Seems as though there's many weird experiments, some that, well, blur the lines between good and evil.
I'm just gonna again remind you all, we agreed not to make trouble.
Yeah.
In Kresk, yes. Not in
What?
the Abbotts.
As we kick the door down.
I'm just saying.
What if trouble makes us?
Gentle reminder.
But what if trouble makes us?
Yeah. If anything, we were
He's robbing
offered.
brains.
Yeah.
We aim to misbehave.
She sees the logic in that, that's fine.
We
So-
must be aim for the earth.
Upon entering this room, there is a wooden counter shaped like an L at the front of this spacious office. All the other furniture is rotted away, leaving heaps of mouldy wood and faded cloth. You can hear the clamours of food coming from down these stairs, but there is also a door ahead of you.
Hmm. A noise coming down from the stairs.
Yeah, down these stairs, you can hear clamours of food, and based on your positioning, and Porky and Raven would probably be more aware of this based on the fact that they've just climbed up, but this is like above where you saw all those sheds and stuff where you last saw clothing going to hand food out. So like what I say, if this bit of the map, if I was to relate it, should be up here. Which is really confusing.
I see.
I say let's check this door out before we head downstairs.
I'm just watching the stairs.
Okay.
Okay. You open the door.
Well, then, yeah.
Okay.
Deck
Too
saving
late.
throw.
I was gonna quietly open it, but
Oh,
okay.
well, the children would love it here.
This
But
spacious
everywhere-
chamber contains bed frames of wrought iron arranged in 2 neat rows, cobwebs and bits of rotten mattress clinging to each frame. 3 doors are spaced along the south wall, each with a plaque mounted on it. From west to east, the plaques read operating room, nursery, morgue.
I want to look in the morgue.
More? Oh, maybe not then. Well,
And as you two get to there, I want everyone to roll for initiative.
Oh.
well, once we get the deeds to this place, it will be a perfect nursery.
Oh.
And
Yes, we can add it to our our buildings we own.
and let's go for. Right, 1 is Elias, 2 is Eos. Okay, we're going for Eos.
The
That's
two
me in
thing-
the room.
Both of you are in it.
Oh
Yeah,
no!
that's me in the room.
No! I don't like these things. Cameron don't like these things.
And
How is it?
the shadows on the ground writhe and begin to rise up,
Oh,
revealing the combat encounter.
oh, crap basket.
Oh, what?
And I didn't clear the initiative order from last time. God damn it. Keep doing that.
Okay.
Alright, so. let's
6
go
of them.
through. So, Porky got a 19. Raven got a 14, so delete those versions of you.
Hellway got 12.
Hell, we got a 12. Cade
Got
got
12.
a 12.
And then 10 for me.
Okay, and Eos got that 9. So, okay, so that you should all be on the initiative order currently.
Yep.
Okay, let me roll for these puppies' initiative.
I hate it when you say things like that. James.
Literally, she said, "Okay, go and explore the first room." The first
Yeah.
freaking room.
Second room.
Sorry.
Would be able to handle it,
And there's now 6 of you.
which means she knows the CR system well, and that 4 levels.
Right, and at this point, this one will move across, and these are 10-foot squares you're on, so 10, 30, 21, 40, that's as far as that one can get. Porky, you're up.
Okay. I'm in the other room at the moment, so
Yes, you are.
But you can still see.
Somehow you're able to react.
You can see what's happening.
yeah, no, I
Yeah.
know. I'm figuring out what I'm gonna do, not whether I can see or not. Okay, so I can move 40 feet now. I keep forgetting that, so I can go to here. Okay. These shadows. And I'm gonna lob Piglet.
Yeah.
We'll go for this one here, so Hellway Duck.
I duck as soon as I hear that.
Oh, actually, no. Hold on. Actually, I'm gonna go for that one. Further
Okay.
away.
Okay.
Throw Piglet at a duck.
So 24.
That is a hit.
So that's
Sweet.
9. And then throwing ham as well, because I get a second attack now.
Yep.
And that's a 13.
That actually does hit.
Hey! There we go.
Okay. Bringing it round to Shadow's turn.
Uh-oh.
And I should have raged, but I forgot. Never mind. I'll do it at the end then. Bonus action to rage.
Prepared to get the suck, Chaos.
Good
His
thing you did
strength's
that, because one of them's coming straight for you. And... But I don't think a 12 hits. Pretty sure 12 doesn't hit you. So...
Who's it
Raven.
hitting me?
It tried to, but it's a 12,
Oh,
so I don't
okay.
think it hits.
No, 12 does not hit.
Yep, Raven.
Okay, well, it's kind of a bit clustered at the door right now. So
Please, we all know you could jump over us. Just spring.
I'm gonna use my short bow directly at the one over the top of Albernace's head.
Okay, that's fine. So this one.
23.
That's a hit.
7 piercing.
Now, I'm going to say this because it's noticeable when an arrow pierces through them. As the arrow pierces through it, it does seem to sort of cause its shape to change a little bit, but then it sort of reforms. So it's
I
all...
thought it might do that.
Yeah. But it's not a bad hit. Bringing it round to Shadow's turn.
Just actually did anything.
Oh my
to Shadow.
god.
Who are again going for Porky. But a 10 misses.
Mm-hmm.
Or an 11 misses. So Hellweir. Unless these have multi-attack and I'm forgetting. I don't think they do. No, they don't.
I'm going to swing a silver scimitar at the one in front of me.
Yeah? Go for it.
21.
That is a hit, and you will get sneak attack on this.
Yep. So.
But even your silver weapon doesn't seem to be doing especially well.
Bonus action. I'm going to summon my shadow just sort of here. Just behind this one, yeah.
Right, time to kill some shadows, boys.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Nice, yeah. Yeah, that's my turn.
Cade.
Sweet. So, I want to ask how are the walls kind of like rotted and a bit decrepit?
They're stone.
They're stone. Damn it! God damn it. Okay. Well, I need to get up to the front then. God damn it! My plan was literally to.
I mean, you could still try.
No.
You have to dash.
Maybe a thunder or smite might bash through. You never know.
Do you know what?
But it
Screw
might
it.
also attract a lot of attention. From
Are you gonna
No,
try and
I'm
Kool-Aid
just-
man this?
I'm just gonna move up and is that still within 5 feet? Bottom one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll say it's probably got a little bit of cover, but not.
You could get next to me if you wanted.
Well, I want to attack. That's the only thing.
Yeah. You can do that from where I'm at.
No, because I'd have to dash. This is my full 30 feet.
Oh,
Cool. So I'm gonna chill there, and I'm gonna try and stab at the one to the bottom of me.
Yep.
First one's going to be with a divine smite.
And for the
And
purposes
sunlight.
of those viewers at home, these are undead. And that is a very solid hit.
Beautiful. So that's going to be 11 points of
Well-
radiant damage.
That is 22 points of radiant damage.
Ooh.
I thought
As
the
literally you hit this and it explodes in light.
the D10 was if I was two-handing it.
No, what I'm saying is it's still 22. They're vulnerable to radiant damage.
Oh, I see.
So, but you've still declared Divine Smite, so you've used that spell slot.
Fuck's sake.
Meow.
Okay. And then I'll pull out my javelin and second attack going for the bottom one.
Okay.
Boom. I've
That's
already declared it. God damn it.
Sorry.
10 points damage.
Yep. 5 points damage. Elias.
Well, I can't see everybody in the room, the enemies and whatnot.
There you are.
Yeah, I can go to like. Technically, I can see this one, and this one. And I know that Porky is on the other side struggling, but I don't know what against. So I'm gonna bane these three.
Okay, which is, I believe, a charisma save, I want to say.
Charisma.
Where's Christmas?
Yeah. Very rare save to come up, but, or at least it always felt like that. Anyway. Checking they're not immune to this. They're not.
You shall not attack my friends. Ooh, that last one saved. So this one down here.
Yeah. And the other two I shall mark with the lightning bolt for Bane. 'Cause
And-
why not?
And I will give an inspiring wink to Porky.
Porky, you have bardic inspiration.
Porky just frowns at you.
And now it is Aos's turn.
Okay. Is there any that aren't damaged?
Aren't damaged. Most of them except for these two over here.
Which ones?
These two over here are damaged, the rest are undamaged.
Okay, cool. Alright. I'm gonna move here. And cast a guiding bolt at the one at the bottom.
Okay, so you've moved away from this one,
Yep.
provoking an attack opportunity.
Is he Bane though?
Yeah, but he nat 20'd.
Fucking piece of shit. Unbelievable. It's the only time he will hit me. Jesus.
So that's 23 points of damage,
Me.
and your strength is dropped by 3.
Okay.
Yep.
Alright. Sons of bitches. Okay, well I'm still going ahead with my guiding bolt.
Yeah.
I'm like, back! Shadows! We
Your
banish
armor
by the
feels-
light!
Your armor feels heavy. Arms weak, mum's spaghetti.
28 points of radiant damage.
Yeah, that is a very dead one that was banged.
The one that wasn't damaged.
Oh, the one that wasn't banged, sorry.
One that wasn't damaged.
Well, you want the one that wasn't damaged and one that wasn't banged. So,
Yes.
okay, so
That-
one of those two.
Yep.
Okay. Just confirming.
Let's go.
And that is-
And then I'll use the rest of my movement to clamber into the corner.
and I need to re-add one of those shadows back to the initiative because I
That's cool.
accidentally deleted them. Which...
You know what? Move to there. 5. I'm gonna go around there actually. That should be fine.
Yeah.
You just see
Yeah.
Cade, so you just see air like scramble past everyone, gasping for air, as if her life force has been tapped away from her.
Yep. And then, not that shadow. That's the one I re-rolled onto initiative. That is its initiative, but it's had a turn this turn, so meh. Oh, I just realised I forgot to roll on my critical hit table.
Ugh.
Huh.
I'm
You are
sorry.
surprised until the end of your next turn, apparently, but I'll say that starts now.
Okay, sure.
So you're under the surprise condition. 'Cause
Okay.
I can't bother to retcon.
Okay,
Right.
sure.
We're going for Porky again because strength drain. Does an 18 hit you?
Cut it.
You're cutting it?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna cut that.
Okay, roll that, whatever you roll.
It's a D8 now, I believe.
Don't know, I'm not sure when it goes up off the top of my head.
Oh, come on!
Does a 17 hit you, Porky?
Yes, it does.
Okay, you're taking 12 necrotic damage.
Is it Bane, this one?
It's the
No.
thought that matters.
Which one is actually attacking it?
It's this one.
Yeah. But
And your strength score is reduced by 2.
that's what I was trying to avoid.
So you're now slightly less strong, but it is your turn.
Okay, well. Yeah, she mad. So the rage is on. The poncho ignites.
Yep.
And out comes the big axe.
Yep.
Ba, 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 ba. $21.
That is a hit.
Okay, so that's 12, and then for my second swing, not 20.
Okay, and is this against this top one that drains your strength?
Yeah.
Okay, so the 12 hits force not magical, so that's then, and then that 20, 6 plus 2, 8, minus 4, and I will roll on my critical hit table for you.
And also, it's a crit, so
Yeah.
Well, is that, or is that just when I run at it?
That's for the running at it.
Cool.
But yeah. So I'll then minus 1 for the strength, but due to them being odd numbers, that's fine. It's sort of fine. But you are able to take advantage of the dodge action if you want. As an extra thing. If you want to.
I'm able to what, sorry? Say again?
You're able to take the dodge action as a free action. That was the result of your roll on the critical hit table.
Yeah, we'll take it.
Okay. Back around to another shadow. Who gonna join the party on their thing. Gonna go for.
Hold on, that just walked past my echo, did it not?
Nope, not with
No.
the path it went.
It didn't go within 5 feet of it, no?
Nope.
Damn it, okay.
No.
Yep, so it's gonna try to strength drain you, Helwa. Does a 21 hit you?
Oh, you're not the one to take that, you Dexy.
Yeah, it does.
Could try for that. Sure, let's try and cut that.
No point.
Why?
Actually, yes, there is. Go on, yeah, sorry.
Sure. Let's try and get a 6 or above. Oh.
Brings it down to a 16. What's your AC, Helwa?
It's 15.
Oh.
Yes, that's a hit. So your strength is dropped by 3.
Yours
What's-
is 16 now.
What's your strength at Helwit?
That's just knocked it down to an 8.
Guys, let
Raven.
the man with 20 take it.
I'm really trying. Yeah.
Yep. Raven?
Yeah, I'm just tapping his move. So he's gonna jump over your heads. As he does. 19 with the rapier.
That's a hit.
Excellent. 6 piercing, and he gets sneak as well.
Yep.
one, but it's
It's
a
good.
5.
Yeah. So it's taken some damage, but it's still standing. Would you like an offhand attack?
Kick it.
No, I think I might use. Oh, what's it called?
Disengage.
Yeah, my cunning action. Disengage.
You're more than welcome to do so.
So, yes.
So move away as you wish.
He did, what was it? 5, 10, 15, 29, 30. So I'm just going to move.
And Halwir.
Right, I'm going to move my echo between these two
Yep.
because I haven't got control over it.
Really? I swear I gave you control over that.
Last
Wow.
session, yes, but not now.
No. Yeah. Okay, you should now have control of it.
Yep. I'm going to move it to there. I'm going to attack the one in front of me
Yep.
with my scimitar. The silvered one, sorry.
Yep.
Mm,
That is a miss.
uh,
'Cause you don't get
Right.
flanking with your
nope.
echo.
I'm going to use my Unleash Incarnation to
Yep.
make an additional attack from the Echo's position on the same one.
Okay.
Upper.
And then
Nice.
you're going to bonus action attack as well.
Really?
Oh no, because you moved that as your bonus action, didn't you?
No, I can move that as a free action. It's only when I teleport to it that it's a bonus action.
Really?
Yep.
A much better spiritual weapon in a way.
But I am going to bonus action disengage. Back
Okay.
hell out of there. To sort of back here.
There you go, Cade.
Okay.
Thank you. Right. So I'm going to quickly turn back to Eos and just say, "Are you all right? Do you need help?" You're muted.
I'll be fine.
Leave them to me. And he takes a step forward and unleashes hell. Bonus action, Hunter's Mark, the top one.
Yeah.
And I bring up my Sunblade and I strike down the first one in the room. Yeah! 26.
That's a hit. Which one are you going for?
The one right in front. Like, I literally lunge into the room.
Okay.
For 20 points damage. And then I strike out to the one at the left.
Yep.
20
That's a hit.
for 24 points damage.
Yep.
Bring it on!
Elias. And that's anything else you wanted to do.
Yeah, I'm just going to move up here.
Okay, Elias.
That changed exactly what I was going to do.
I'm overpowered.
Not overpowered, you just have a weapon idea for the situation.
It's about time.
It's like we're
Oh.
playing 4th edition.
I'm just going to spend my turn to cure some of Eos's wounds. I'm
Okay.
stood in the right place for it, so why not?
Then I shall move on to Eos's turn.
12.
Thank you.
Now get back in there.
Fine, I will. She comes around the corner.
I'm literally picturing like your healing is like a shoulder rub from a boxing coach, just like, yeah, get back in there, you're gonna crap thunder and eat lightning. So
Squit some water, dab the mouth with a sponge in the forehead.
The-
Hold
which
on,
one's more
You
in-
just reminded me. Sorry, I put that holy oil paste on my weapon before last session, at the end of last session. Or start last session even.
Yeah, you did actually.
Did
well,
as
I'm
we
not
came in.
retconning that.
I know,
So-
I've just remembered as well. It's like, god damn it.
Okay.
You didn't make any of your attacks anyway.
I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame on one of
Yep.
these dudes. Probably the more damaged of the one.
Okay, so that's the one in front of Echo Howler. He'll make a dex save.
Fails. 10 points of radiant.
Yep. Dead.
Yeah, that'll do. Ah. Ah. Yes, let's out a sigh of relief. One left.
Now,
Protection.
this one gonna go for the holy man with the
Oh, damn
holy
it.
sword.
Oh, really, mother?
Nat 20.
God freaking damn it!
And this one has gained a +2 AC against you and advantage on all saving throws from effects affecting you. It's done 14 damage to you.
And how much?
Actually, you're an ASMR.
Yeah.
Resistance to necrotic.
Oh, I do.
Right.
Wait, hold on. Does their suck damage caused by necrotic?
No, but their actual damage is you'll still get the strength reduction, but you'll only take 7 damage rather than 14.
Jokes.
But you are losing 4 strength.
Oh. Down 16, boys.
Portkey. God, imagine a shadow with multi-attack. Terrifying.
You see, this is what happens when I call it before he rolls. He just chooses me.
Yeah, Porky gonna do what Porky gonna do. But there aren't any more shadows, so she's gonna go reckless.
Yep, there's just this one, so
16.
that's a hit.
Whew.
Still standing just.
Throw it again.
15.
And it is dead because your minimum damage is enough to kill it. And with that, the combat is over. The party is drained, but less so than you would expect, perhaps.
See, this is why I don't come into churches.
This is precisely why we come into this place. To slay evil. You can't just sit idly by whilst this dark power resides here.
Now, I'm going to give a bit more information here. Shadows, almost like the vague form of them, almost looks like they're wearing like hospital gowns. Almost as if they were the remnants of patients that had been here long ago.
Beautiful.
So, who wants to go look in the morgue?
By the way, Aeos, as you brush past me, you feel healthier. Don't know why, but you gained 15 hit points back.
Hey. Nice.
Nice use of the healing hands.
Thank you. Thank you.
I didn't do anything. You just walked past me. I don't know what you're talking about.
Of course.
Alright, so I feel that before we continue with our explorations, that would be an appropriate time for a short break. So,
Wow.
I think he may have needed the toilet.
Hasn't he got to pause the stream?
No, I really want to go to the shop.
right. So we'll take a short break there, and we will be back shortly.
Ignore it.
The fuck?
No,
Oh,
TTFN.
Are we paused?
no, not yet.
Wow.
Hold the screen down.
Alright, we'll be right back in about...
You said that.
Okay, but...
And welcome back, everyone. Cursebreakers episode 17. We're back with the party in this haunted hospital where they were attacked by shadows of former patients, or at least that's how it seemed, as they explore to find out exactly what Esmeralda meant by look around and you will see more. And at this point, I'm going to say, Elias and Porky, roll me perception checks.
Huh.
Okay, so you both hear this then. Excellent. Porky especially well. You hear from down the stairs in the room below, so this way. The clamours of food have gone quiet, but you hear the following. The devil dwells in his dark house upon the misty pillar. First he'll taste her sweet, sweet blood, and then he'll have to kill her.
Great. Nursery rhymes.
It's kind of catchy, but also disturbing.
I begin to play it for the rest of the party who didn't hear.
We just assume that he's doing some sort of like inspiration.
Just over and over. Just this is what I can hear from down there.
Yeah, it sounds like approximately, and I would say it sounds like 8 people are singing it in various different voices. But I can't sing as 8 different people at once, so that's the best you're going to get.
Disappointment.
Any more shadows hiding in here?
So,
Yeah.
what would you guys like to do? You have the operating room, you have the nursery, and you have the morgue.
Well, they all seem so inviting.
I'm just going to open up one of the doors.
Just before we do, though, I'm going to tap on Raven's shoulder, and you gain 8 hit points back.
8, okay, thank you.
I'll cast
He taps you on the shoulder back and you gain no hit points.
I'll just cast
Taps you on your
guidance on
shoulder
myself.
and just gets a stabbing
Yeah.
wound.
Yeah.
Does anyone else look somewhat injured?
Yes.
Not you, Helwia.
So, which room are you opening, Eos?
How far
the
down?
one-
In front of you?
Yeah.
Okay, so I shall...
I will stay injured, but you guys can do the work. I'm staying right back.
How far down here?
I'm on 35 at the moment, so I'm down by 12.
Okay, so in this room contains the wreckage of old
too bad.
wooden cribs.
I'm going to inspect the cribs.
In the operating room, I just want to say.
This is the nursery.
Yeah, the operating room's this one.
Sorry, my bad, misheard.
Right, as you enter the room, you look into the window as you enter, and you see a figure reflected in the window glass. A nun in white robe standing in the doorway.
What, behind me?
Yeah, that's where the reflection seems to indicate
Yeah.
being.
I do just turn around quickly to look behind me.
There is nothing there apart from Cade, who is definitely not a nun.
I turn back to the
What is
reflection.
your occupation? None.
And as you turn to look back in the window, there is no more reflection there.
I'm going to pull out the light, the lantern of revealing, and shine it
Yeah.
around the room.
There is nothing there, though, due to various effects like holding up a flashlight under your face, you do see yourself in the window as a ghostly-like figure. Can't think of the name of the effect, but Pepper's
Pepper's
ghost,
ghost.
I think. Yeah.
Yep. Pepper's ghost. I'm
In
going to
this case,
inspect the
Eos
cribs
ghost.
Any clues of like foul play? Or did they
Right,
just
roll
look
me an
like
investigation check.
yeah,
Can,
or does it just look like they've kind of rotted away? But yeah.
yeah, can I search this room and the beds and all that as well?
Yeah,
I
you
got
look
9.
about, based on your looking about, you feel that most of this looks rotten, but it also looks like maybe some of these have been smashed on purpose.
Not a good sign. Check out the other.
Elias, searching about, you find bones and stuff in some of the beds,
Jesus.
foul smells in others, and I'm going to say for a moment in one of the beds, the skeletal remains almost seem to look like hellware.
I just
Why
look-
me?
Not sure, but then looking again, they're just bones.
I just look back from the bones to Hellware to the bones.
Yeah,
Am I seeing the future?
you're not sure. But it looks like you're going to the operating room next.
I am.
No,
Yeah, I'm gonna slowly open the door and just kind of like bring my shield up.
A blood-stained table stands in the middle of this otherwise empty room.
I'll take a
Yes, I'm-
step in. Oh my god. I know you love me, but get off me, woman.
I'll shine the light. The lantern revealing at the window. As well.
You don't see anything apart from yourself. But as I'm gonna say Cade touches the operating table, possibly due to being nudged by Eos barging in behind. And I would like to apologise to all headphone users for this. Extra warning.
That was very quiet.
Really? Right, let me do it again.
No.
No, why would you do that?
A scream fills the room, a scream that echoes through time. It is followed by other faint screams, possibly of those who died under the knife. The screams continue on, but slowly fade until they are nothing more than memories.
Is it kind of
When
like
you
the
close
closer
your
my...
eyes, all you can hear is screaming.
This spooky house has nice effects.
Does
Is it-
this sound like the same screaming we heard when we entered Crest? We heard it from the abbot, coming from the abbot.
Possibly. You're not 100% sure, but it is similar.
So Cade's just going to kind of raise his hand back up and kind of stare a bit wide-eyed at it. This place has seen too many horrible things.
And at this point, Cade, you look out the window whilst thinking of this, and you notice that it is getting dark.
Oh no.
And the scent of blood in here is making your stomach rumble all the more.
Oh.
Check out the final room.
The hair on your body is beginning to stand on end.
What are my urges right now?
You have an urge to fill your belly. It's the moon hasn't quite risen properly yet. It's just getting dark. But as the moon gets closer and closer, that will continue to increase.
Okay. So Cade's going to step out a little more shaky.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine, just got a little lightheaded, I guess.
Then the final room, which Ace is looking into.
Can I insight check that with Cade?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, sure.
say.
I think we already know what's going on.
Yeah, he's definitely hiding something. But as you enter this room, Eos, it is completely empty, other than a raven perched on the windowsill.
Shine the lantern of revealing over it.
The raven just stares at you.
It's a Tarask.
With little raven wings.
It unrolls the scroll in its bag.
Hey,
No, it doesn't have a bag.
hey, Raven. One of your friends are here.
I'm gonna walk
Another
up
one
to
thing.
Cade. I'm sorry, go on.
No, I was going to say they follow us everywhere. Are you really surprised?
A good omen, normally, in a otherwise troubled time. I speak to it, I say, are you one of the were-ravens?
It says
Anyone-
nothing, it just perches there and just continues to stare at you.
Oh,
Nevermore.
never
I'll
caught.
put out the lantern of revealing. So as not to shine it in its eyes.
Yeah. Just
Um,
continues to stare.
I kind of walk up to it slowly.
And as you do, it flies off the perch and flies away.
No, you little shit.
Divine Smite.
But at this point, I believe Helwyr was approaching Cade for something.
Yeah, I'm just gonna approach him and pull out my final ration and hand it to him. It's like dried meat and all that sort of crap for him.
Really? God damn it. Yeah, he takes it and literally just feral scoffs.
I was like, I know what you're hiding. You need help.
And-
If you don't get this sorted soon, you're gonna kill us all.
There's
And as
not-
he's scoffing, you notice that his canines are slightly longer.
Huh.
There's not enough time.
Don't we have manacles?
Fluffy
Yeah.
manacles.
That's what I was just about to say. Then you need to be restrained for for yours and our own safety.
Yeah, we have actual manacles. We have 3 sets, I believe.
Can the abbot not reverse it?
You could.
He looks up
So
at
could Aos.
it.
Your device
Alexa!
is offline.
Pipe that!
Your device is offline. To connect, swipe down from the top of your screen. Then
She just wants to play.
And this is why I don't own anything like that.
We just saw the shadow of Cam in the background, like beating something down. And
Sorry, I had to disable my wife.
I can
Obviously.
I can imagine Alexa as like a holy paladin.
Sorry, what did you say beforehand? Oh yeah, sorry. I was going to say, looking up and seeing Eos kind of approaching. Cade just drops his head and shakes his head. I don't deserve his help.
Well, that's a load of rubbish.
not about deserving.
I don't want it then.
Well,
Okay, well that's different. If you want to turn into a person-eating monster, sure.
And you think that is what I want?
Well, you literally just said you don't want him to heal you, so...
I need to prove
That's
myself beforehand.
Do we really have time for that?
ah, he wants Eos's blessing.
He raises his head and looks up to Eos. Do we?
It's not about gaining my blessing. It's not about me allowing you. It's about you understanding what happened all the way back in the town of Barovia.
This is
In that
beyond
film.
understanding now, Eos. I'm wanting you to see it from my side. You don't know what I've been through. You'll never know. You won't know the pain that I've felt throughout my life. He kind of like twitches and kind of like cracks in his neck a little.
I'm just gonna subtly move closer just in case.
Why then are you so hell-bent on killing, on bloodshed?
Because it's all I know. It's all I know now. I need to do this, Eos. I made a... Just forget it. Just leave me in this place. I'm about as hellbound as the rest of the people here. But at least you can get the rest out for safety.
Can we put manacles on him before we continue discussing this at lengths?
Sure.
It's
Nod to
not a
Elias.
bad call.
Just to be safe. Maybe some rope around him as well.
Do you agree with us here, Cade?
He's just eyes straight towards Eos.
You wanted to kill someone in the same situation you are.
They made their choice.
Manacles.
And what is your choice? One that's not clouded by vengeance.
I'm doing the only thing I know is right.
There may be another way. Seems like other divine beings are trying to find a way as well, without bloodshed. A path for perhaps redemption. But after seeing what we just witnessed in those rooms, I'm starting to question the divine as well. It seems as though there is no clear path. I think you're just tunnel vision. And
But
so am I.
I'm doing it for the ones that I love. For the ones that I care dearest. This is for the good. What I'm doing is right. What I'm doing is just. Don't you see, Eos? There are no gods in this land. But she is no god. She is beyond the gods. And she is watching down on me, and I will do her bidding.
I disagree. The gods do have influence here. We are that influence. We must make the choices that we believe would be best. We've been bestowed a great responsibility. You and I, we have a power that was gifted to us. We should not use that power for just simple murder and bloodshed. Yes, we should end this evil, but I believe you're doing it for the wrong reasons.
No. He turns round and kind of like grips at the bed frame that's almost just crumbling against his grip. I need to rid this land. I need to destroy them.
You. And I want to help you do that. But we need to do it for the protection of the people. Not for just not for violence, not for vengeance.
But they hide behind cloaks. They're mingled with the crowds. His eyes are everywhere. There's no one to trust here. You know
trust-
that.
You trust me?
Say there's no one to trust, Cade. I trust you. I trust everyone in this room. It may not be the same. I don't have your beliefs. Same with you, Eos. However, my beliefs is we all are here for a reason. We all need to work together to sort this out and go home, or wherever we came from, or whatever. But we can't be splintered and fragmented, because otherwise we're going to fail and we will die. I don't know what happened between you two, but you need to sort this shit out. And with that, Hell's just going to walk out the room.
Okay.
That is exactly what I'm trying to say. I believe the same as Hellware. We are here for a reason. Whether it be divine prophecy or just because a need to survive. But we do need to be together as one. And we need to have the same goal. And that goal has to have the same reason. If you want to get home, that's fine. I wouldn't want to keep you here.
Unfortunately, my home is here for now. I have nothing outside of this place. I was brought here for a reason, and I'm going to deal with that reason. Then I actually may be able to live again. But
You want peace.
He gives a heavy sigh and a slow nod.
Then focus on that. Don't focus on doing this for revenge. I'm sure everyone here wants peace as well. Nothing more than to escape this hell. And the people living in it, they want peace as well.
He pauses for a fair few seconds before raising his head and looking back at you. Help me, please. See a tear fall for effect.
I
Shit.
will go over to him, kneel down, and begin unpacking the healer's kit and my alchemy supplies, but not say a word.
Cool. He'll just inner contemplations.
And as this is occurring, Cade and Eos, you are the only ones who can see this. You see perched on one of the beds behind you a raven, but the feathers atop its head almost seem to be forming into a crown of sorts, but it merely just watches and says nothing, and nobody else seems to have noticed it.
Eos is busy preparing to cast a remove curse spell.
You still had it? I thought that was your only spell slot.
It is.
Oh,
Last spell slot for the day.
damn.
Now,
I have saved a remove curse specifically, well, for two reasons, but we'll get onto that. Which is kind of why Eos is not saying anything. It's, in fact, Cade, you should get more like, I would roll an insight check, because
Okay.
yeah.
as silence is telling.
It's telling me nothing.
Plus guidance. No, I'm joking.
All you
Okay.
know is that their silence in this sort of situation is odd.
Yeah.
He takes it as a knowing, like, I've learned my lesson. Or, yeah, coming to grips.
As the spell is being prepared to cast, you are noticing and you're feeling this, Cage. You're feeling like your bones begin to crack and shift slightly. And you're feeling the hair on you lengthen slightly. But somehow you're managing to keep control. The hunger is there, the desire, but somehow it's almost like something is telling you no. But you're not sure.
How?
You're not sure if that's yourself or just a feeling.
How?
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 Howling at the moment.
Okay.
I don't know how long Remove Curse takes to cast, off the top of my head.
An action, but I like to fluff it up. I like
Yeah.
to. I like to watch him squirm. No. It is. It's over very quickly, but I'm kind of waiting to see. Maybe she is deliberately taking a bit longer, and maybe she is watching and looking out for the moon, waiting to show itself.
Yeah. And
I
there
will. Oh, God.
Do the save.
Go on, you go. You go.
I'll say that she doesn't look like she's doing it deliberately, though. She's like taking a long time to sort of do this, doing it very slowly. It looks like she's thinking about something, and her head is thinking about other things while she casts this spell.
If you look up at Cade, his head is down, hair's fallen over the face, but his eyes seem to be wide and darting.
yeah, I would like you, whilst this is occurring, to roll me a wisdom saving throw.
I've just got like the syringe in my hand, sort of like testing there's no bubbles in it.
Yeah.
Porky's literally just like, do you want me to hold your hand? It hurts.
Oh, it's good.
You're,
it's good.
for a moment,
Hold my hand.
the nail from one of your hand begin to extend into claws, and you go to, and I'm actually probably going to say you do this, even with that high save. You actually reach out and almost grab onto Eos's throat, but you manage to grab hold of your hand, pull it back, managing to keep the control. And again, you hear that voice in your head simply saying no.
Oh boy. Eos looks out to the sky. Is the moon showing?
The moon is now beginning to shine.
Eos seems to
And
wait and wait with the syringe in hand, seeing even after the claw come towards her, she doesn't seem to be worried about that. She doesn't seem to be worried about the whole ordeal, but she seems to be waiting until the last possible moment for some reason.
The moon continues to shine. It's beginning to get brighter and brighter. There's a little bit of cloud cover, but then the clouds fade or shift over, and full moonlight shines down upon Cade. He can feel
time now.
his snout extending. He can feel the hair on his body, parts of his bones cracking and shifting as he begins to slowly assume.
I'll say, as this is happening, I'll say, it's my duty to guide
Oh no!
the hero.
Sorry, could you do it again? Do it again.
Oh.
James, do it again. Sorry, I accidentally clicked.
What?
There we go.
So ultimately, it is my duty to guide the hero. You should come before me. And I'll grab a hold of his throat instead and slam the syringe into his veins, into his jugular.
Ow!
Yep. Give me your best wolf howl. Go.
Ow.
I mean it. Go.
No, because I don't want my sister walking in and going, "What the fuck?"
You are able to. You let out a loud wolf howl that echoes through the room, even more so than the screams from earlier. But then you slowly manage to. Then you feel your body reverting. Feel that control coming back to you. And
Can I keep my canines?
and the canines are still a little bit lengthened. And we're just gonna say one for like that classic, like sort of cheeky effect. But you hear a voice again in your head. Seems you didn't need my help after all. There's a good boy now. And then the raven that both of you see vanishes.
And Kate probably collapses on the floor.
Yeah.
Eos immediately starts packing up the alchemy's kit, putting away the healer's kit.
Is he good now?
Eos says nothing and just walks past Hellway.
Do you want me to keep him manacled, or should we?
I was manacled.
I didn't want to interrupt your RP moment, but I put that I came over and manacled and moved my character towards you and everything.
As you get to there, Eos, you do notice Esmeralda there, who seems to have come round her silver rapier at the ready. You're like, what was that? I swear I heard a wolf.
Strange. I didn't hear it.
I'm gonna have a roll an inside check on that because
Yeah.
It was just me. I stubbed my toe.
I was just gonna say, Porky stepped on a Lego.
she looks at you, narrows her eyes, and goes, I must have been hearing things then. Oh.
Do I hear her say this?
Yeah.
I'll raise my pelt up and just go, sorry, it was me, sort of thing, and... Oh, that's... Oh.
She just sort of
Damn it.
Good luck.
frowns and then goes to walk away and says, I hope you have your answers, and then returns to her room.
There's one last answer to find. What's below here, down these steps? Do you know what horror lies down there?
Depends for some of the mongrel folk.
I see.
There are many down there. But there, yes. And then with that, feel free to go down there, but be ready for the dangers should they get out. And with that, she walks away.
Porky? I call out.
Yes?
May I have a word with you?
She kind of just looks at Cade on the floor, just like, will he be alright there?
It's fine. I'll take care of it as well.
Oh, okay.
I'll also go around the room and collect all the bones into like a bedsheet bag.
Okay.
See, Eos sees you coming and then walks over to the parapets and sort of leans against them and turns to you and says, Once again, I'm torn. I don't know the right path. There is no clear option here. I thought surely that an angel would be, well, it'd be the will of the gods, a divine sort of intervention in this land. But after seeing what horrors had been, well, whatever had happened in there, I don't really want to know the full scope of it. All I know is that this seems like he has fallen from grace, it would seem.
I think everybody falls from grace at one point or another, celestial or not. The people here don't seem unhappy. Okay, it's weird, it's creepy, it's not normal, but they don't seem unhappy. They're fed, they're looked after as best as they can. I mean, there's not much food in Vallaki anyway. I mean, Barovia.
Normally, I would ask guidance from up above for this kind of thing, but I don't know why I find myself confiding in you in this. It's, I guess, last time you sort of found a way when both sides would not compromise. What do you suggest we do here? The abbot just continue his work, or
We
should we stop this?
Well, we don't know what exactly is happening. All we know is what we've seen on the surface. Again, he's not seemingly mistreating anybody, as far as I can see. That no one's like screaming for freedom or torture or.
I think we just heard the screams of torture in that room there. Some
It's an
sort of
operating room. There's gonna be screams of pain and torture.
Why would they leave skeletons in their beds?
I don't know the answers.
It's
I'm
almost
not
like you
exactly
let
the
them-
smartest person.
In that case, then that's kind of why I wanted to talk to you. Well, I mean no insult, but I think I mean no insult. But what I'm trying to say is, I think I'm overcomplicating things. I'm thinking too deeply, and there's too many options. It's too grey, and I just wanted a simple answer, a simple solution.
Okay. Okay.
But I maybe thinking on it is what we need to do. We all need rest.
Does an ugly potato always taste bad?
Not all the time, no.
Well, this abbey is kind of like an ugly potato. It might not look very good. It may make you wary. You may not want to eat it, but is it really doing any harm?
It's trying its best.
Combine it with good ingredients and you might like the outcome.
I mean, that is actually pretty cool.
It's not the best
I was just
argument
thinking
I've
about the
ever
potato
heard.
we had in the cupboard.
That's like a Shigure quote, that is.
It's like she might not be smart, but she's very wise.
This, like, everywhere in Barovia is bleak and gross and horrible and everything's really depressing and grey. But, you know, this is how the people seem to be living. This is what they seem to think is normal. We promise not to make trouble. Not yet, anyway. If we can weed out the source of the problem, which we all know is he who must not be named, then that will make change easier, because then the people will be able to act on what is right and wrong. While he's in charge, people are too afraid to do things in case they get rebuked for it.
You see a smile kind of spreading across Ayos's face, and she says, I knew I was right to talk to you about this. All right then. Let's retire for the night. Let's leave this place and come back when we have either solved the root of the problem or we have a clearer idea of what's going on. I think you're right. And I'll say to the others, I'll call out. Unless you have any more business here, I think we can leave. I have arranged beds for the night within Crest.
Speaking of those beds, Aeos would probably remember at this point that she was asked to potentially find a way to revive a dead person, and
Yep.
you currently have favor points to revive a dead person.
Oh,
Did you not realize that?
I thought it was remove curse, greater restoration.
No. One was like, yeah, I was tempted to say
It was
something.
it was basically raise dead, their healing touch, or commune.
Oh.
I
Okay.
thought of this last
Do we
week.
have to retcon this entire bit?
No. I was, regardless of whether he can raise the dead or not, Eos was contemplating like bringing him down for the horror taking place. But, all right, I think I have some more business here then. First things first, I'm gonna go over to the beds. The skeletons are in here, right?
No,
Yeah.
Elias has wrapped them up in blankets.
They're over my shoulder.
Oh, you took my advice then.
I figured you might want to do something with these.
You're one step ahead.
Good potatoes.
Plus, one of them looks like Hellweir, and I always wondered what it'd be like to bury a Hellweir.
All right.
I'll bury you one day.
All right, keep a hold of them.
Are you planning to go out via the stairs or the way you came?
Where we
We'll go
came.
back the way we came.
Yes.
Okay.
Kate's still on the floor.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and pick him up and drag him or carry him.
I'm going to attempt to help with my -1 strength. What?
I will assist by saying his arm is sagging on that side.
But yeah, I
It's
pass.
fine. I'll just fireman's carry him.
Yeah, I pass Eos the bag of bones, I guess.
All right. Oh, you can hold on to them now.
I have other
Oh.
business on the way out.
I'll help Porky by carrying like Kate's foot. That's about all that we could lift.
Alright, so I will move you back onto previous map as you come down the stairs. Just move. This is going to be an interesting.
I'll pull the bell again.
No.
Yeah. And once again, there are clamours of food, 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 food. And the creepy singing does stop temporarily.
You just can't help yourself, can you?
No.
Really are an overgrown child.
I'm gonna pull it as well.
I like the way that it lifts me off the floor when the bell tilts. It's like a swing.
I'll lift you off the floor in a minute and throw you off the edge.
It does
Right.
look so gone. But you really shouldn't play with things that aren't yours.
He didn't. The angel guy didn't mind last time I did it.
So, you're heading
Oh.
down the stairs, carrying Cade, carrying a bag of bones, and you get. I'm just gonna move one of you. Just move. Okay. As you get to there, the abbot looks up to you and goes, "I hope you have found your tour enlightening."
Kate just unconscious.
Though, does your friend perhaps need some medical attention? Or
Not from you.
He's fine. He just has low blood sugar.
as you wish. And then notices the drow and it's like, just sort of doesn't say anything, just frowns slightly.
Right back at you, mate.
The
I
drow's
don't,
painting his
I don't
nails.
believe we have met, young man.
Young man. I'll take that as a compliment, thank you.
He actually knows your gender as well.
He's an angel.
Apparently.
To me, you of the elven persuasion are all
Oh, what?
of the elven persuasion are all young.
I suppose so.
Though I would appreciate it, I am going to assume, Elias, if you would not ring the bell every time you walk through that area.
Told you not to
It
touch
does, it does not do to have the monk over stimulated, and Cloven will not be happy to have to go feed them again, but then again, he's not back yet, so they'll be happy at least.
Do you have any tour souvenirs we can take on the way out?
Well, if you wish to descend down to the cellar, you may take one bottle of wine for your group.
Well, rather than wine, I would like to take you up on that favor.
Yes. And what did you have in mind? A talk with the Morning Lord, perhaps?
No. See a kind of like somber look on her face, which is completely the opposite of what the excitement was last time when she was offered the chance to speak to a god.
Yeah.
Yes.
He
I
again
would like-
doesn't say anything to that.
I would like to, bring back a young boy who passed away about a week prior.
That is well within my power.
It is the
But-
Baroness's son.
Before I agree, well, I'm of course, my word is my bond, so I will, of course, do this for you, but please satiate my curiosity. Why would you wish to help a boy in the village that you have just come to?
She's thinking for a moment. I don't believe that it was his time. The darkness that has grew across this land has taken many lives. If I can give back just one, then I know I'm on the right path to undoing this.
Then it seems that the gods of light wish for the Kreskov bloodline to be restored. I will do this for you. But I will do this on the morrow, for my power is strongest during the daylight hours. And I
Very well.
believe the Morning Lord's blessing will aid in this. But I would like to recommend, before you rest perhaps, that you... Second? That... The name of the place, I've lost its name. That you visit the blessed pool at the north of the town, and maybe offer prayers before you rest.
Okay.
But it is up to you, of course. And with that, turns to Vasilka and says, "Say goodbye to our guest, Vasilka," and she curtsies, but still doesn't say a word. And with that, you are free to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Just be. I'm sorry, go on.
No, it's
I was literally just going to say, just before we leave, I did want to ask the abbot about, or regarding what he could tell me regarding the mark on Helwy's forehead. Just any other information would be useful for him.
He looks to you for a moment and says, "Come forward, my child."
I will approach Shadow, sort of.
I think by this moment the echo would have faded because it
The
fades.
echoes. No, echo from what I'm reading doesn't fade until I dismiss it, or it goes more than 30 feet away from me.
Fair. Okay, so you approach. Your echo stays within.
Oh.
But he looks at your forehead, and for a moment, as he gazes at you, you feel yourself, and this is clearly what you are, but you're more feeling it now. You're feeling yourself in the presence of something much older than yourself. Like, much older. Like, in those eyes, you see, like, it has seen so much more than you could possibly have ever seen.
Yep.
But it looks and goes, "You have received a double-edged sword, my child. A blessing and a curse from the lady that governs this land, by Mother Night herself. It is rare that she intervenes, for this land is so much under her sway. But it seems that she has at least taken a shine to you, perhaps, though everything she offers comes at a price."
Yeah, she has mentioned the price. Yeah.
I would perhaps advise that, so as not to incur her wrath, you do not offer your blessings at the pool, but it is, of course, your choice. But a word of warning: it is perhaps not best to make deals with beings of power.
Who is that pool dedicated to?
It is dedicated to the Morning Lord. It is the shrine of the White Sun.
Okay.
Thank you for his information.
Yeah.
So now that you have the dress, how many more moons before you plan to offer the Silker up to Strahd?
I feel that her training is not yet quite adequate for him, so it will be at least a little while longer, depending on how her lessons go. But I would appreciate it if you did not tell the townsfolk my plans. I would not want them coming up here with torch and pitchfork to scare my poor Basilka.
That's fine.
That-
Just
That
wondering,
reminds me
like,
of a book. Just sort of as he's walking away, I read a book similar to that. And walks off.
Hmm.
Yeah.
so what are we talking, like, more than a week? 2 weeks? A month?
It all depends on how, but I would at least say a couple of weeks.
Okay.
And with that, anyone else want to do anything on?
I think we're good.
You hear clamors of food from here, around, from in this well.
In the well?
Yep, in the well.
What?
Jeez. It's got
But
to
But if nobody's doing anything else, I shall bring you back to the map of Kresk.
Yeah, I just lumber out with the bag on my back.
I'll just sort of take you up to sort of down the road sort of way.
So, Eos,
Yeah.
where should we bury these?
We're not going to bury them.
No?
Not yet, at least. We need answers from them.
Oh.
Oh, that's where you're going with it. Okay.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But first, we should rest.
I crush all the skull. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I thought that's where you was going with it.
No, I thought you'd want to bury them.
I
No.
will eventually, but we need to know if what really occurred in there was a sin against gods.
Okay then.
Okay. And so you're heading straight back to the house, or do you want to offer your prayers?
Eos definitely contemplates it, but probably surprisingly turns away from it.
Okay.
He's not
So eventually you do all arrive at the household of the Burgomaster.
Mm.
He sadly does not have a barbecue going outside. What can you do? And you are greeted by the Burgomaster's wife, who bows her head to you and welcomes you into her home.
Hey, don't worry about the bag of bones. It's all good.
She doesn't say anything and says, she goes, there's a few more of you than I was expecting. You'll have to bunk up a little bit. We have 2 rooms spare.
I'll take a
So-
room with Eos. Sorry, I'll take a room with Cade as usual.
I'll take a room with Elias.
Yeah, so
So what
the
happened
others-
to all the kids?
they died of illness.
No, I mean all the kids we brought back from the wolves' den. We didn't really.
They died of illness.
They've just sort of been they've been taken off by the guards to somewhere
Oh
to
god.
rest while things.
Can I ask Burgomaster's
'Cause-
wife if I can borrow some ink and a pen, or
She nods and says, "There is writing materials in one of the rooms." A tear comes to her. What my son was an aspiring author.
I do apologize. Remind me.
It's fine. It's safe. It's not your fault. It's the fault of this land.
Precisely why we seek to undo it.
Find it.
Well,
Yeah. But with that, you are more than able to go up to the rooms. You're, of course, sharing between the group. So, to be honest, the rooms are probably only suited for about 2 people each, and there's 6 of you. So you'll have to work out how you squeeze that in.
I'll sleep under a bed.
okay.
Well, someone
I've-
sleeps under, then someone sleeps on the bed, and someone sleeps on the floor next to it. 3 people there.
It's like bunk beds, but not.
Exactly.
Ah,
Before I do though, I'm gonna find Cade, who's unconscious, just draw on his face with the
Yeah.
ink.
What do you think you're doing?
yes. Yes.
I'm literally watching over him as he sleeps.
Don't worry, it'll wash off.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna draw. Just sort of like the whole sort of handlebar mustache and
Yeah,
I wish to aid him in this. If there needs to be a performance check, and I
guys
want to.
can-
that's fine.
I want
you
to
guys
make.
can get
sh-
up.
I want to make sure that marking on his head is drawn in ink now.
yeah. So I want to definitely ink that in.
How
Yeah.
deep am I unconscious?
I don't know.
I'm
You're the
gonna
one who
roll
fell unconscious. How unconscious do you feel?
I don't know.
Do you beat
I
a
might.
21 sleight of hand?
Roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, I was gonna go with a perception.
Nope.
Oh, in fact, no, I wouldn't be able to be. No, I'll go with whatever you say. Constitution saving throw.
Yep.
Against the 21.
Damn it!
No fair.
Oh, bless. Guidance.
That wasn't any of that.
Guidance.
You can't guide it while unconscious.
Guidance
You're-
doesn't work on saves.
Yeah, you're
So yeah, so filling the circle in a nice thick sort of walrus mustache on there, and
yeah.
yeah, and then I'm going to sleep. And I'll thank Chaos for being so generous to allow it to happen.
Just rolls her eyes, of which look very sunken and tired.
Poppy's
And
just gonna prop herself in the corner to sleep.
okay, and Raven will probably meditate somewhere, I guess.
Yep,
Needs to
pretty
be.
much. I mean,
Okay,
he can wait until like the really early hours to be able to do it. So
Which brings us round to our next two RP points. As you're sitting there, Eos, watching over Cade,
Yeah,
his figure seems to rise up and stare, looking at you. But then the form shifts, and you are once again face to face with Mother Night. He goes, well, back with me again, it seems. I did say I would come back.
I did say I would get rid of you, but I
But-
used my last ounce on my friend.
Yes, a rather charitable act.
He's
You
the
could
hero.
have, the hero. Interesting.
Woman.
So selfless, Eos. So selfless.
See her trying to sleep. She's like nodding off, but then something is keeping her awake. Just
Yeah. You can hear essentially screams, and in your mind, you can sort of see your friends being slaughtered over and over, torn apart by the wolves, killed by the vampire at the beginning, drained to lifeless husks by the shadows. It almost seems like possibly you're seeing different realities where those battles did not go the way you wanted.
I'm not doing a good job of wanting me. It's making me want to side with you.
Oh, well, that's the thing. I'm not doing this. You are. I've merely opened the door. You're the one who is looking through it, consciously or not. You doubt your actions. You doubt everything that has happened. You doubt the angel you met. Ah, such a sweet man, the abbot, and misguided in his own way, but what can you do? You doubt your friends. You doubt yourself. And so those doubts push open the door further. And as those doors open, memories flood in. Memories of you, always the last one standing. Always doing everything you can to save your friends, just not being able to. But it seems, at least, in this version of the now, you are able to save them. And you seem to be surviving much longer than any other versions of yourself. It could be that this is the time you win. Or perhaps fate is just setting you up for a bigger fall.
Whilst she is nattering on, Eos is looking around to her side. She's unpacking her healer's kit. She's looking at some ingredients in the alchemy set. Begins mixing together some mixture. It seemed to make Porky drowsy. Maybe it'll work for her. And so she starts putting silver dust together and mixing it with holy water. And then she flicks her arm, makes a vein pop up, gets a tourniquet, and injects herself with holy water.
For a moment, the vision seems to fade out of existence, and you hear like a scream, almost as if, and it's like, "No, I'm melting! I'm melting!" No, I'm afraid, dear, sweet, innocent Eos, that's just not the way this works. I told you the way to remove my influence from you, but you turned me down. And it's not like I was asking much. You just don't trust me.
Can't
But,
trust anything in this place.
and that is the right attitude, but eventually you'll have to work out who you can trust and put your trust in the right people. Otherwise, well, you've seen what happens. Now, I'll offer you the deal again. On this night, when my power is at its greatest, do you want to take my deal? A simple pilgrimage amongst the temples, the shrines dedicated to me, to place an item of material or sentimental value, and then I leave you be. I close the door, I lock it and throw away the key.
Okay, Eos looks towards Cade, who's still like unconscious and laying there, and overcome with emotion, you see her tears building up in her eyes as well, and she whispers under her breath, "Help me." Just towards Cade, in the same fashion he asked her, and
Actually, interesting, because I was about to come over to Cade, so before he gets to make a reaction to that, Cade, you're having a bit of a funny dream yourself. You're running through
On all fours.
a forest. The moon streaming above you. You hear approaching footsteps coming from behind you, and as you're running, you're feeling your body change and transform. But then you stop suddenly, and your body begins to return to normal. Or at least you feel in control. You don't have that desire to run. You don't have that desire to rip and tear. It's almost like it's being held. And then you see a familiar face in front of you, one which only you will recognize. Just sort of looks to you and goes, "You did not need my intervention this time, but I will keep my eyes on you. You have perhaps been taking a few too many risks with the powers I have granted you. You know what will happen should you die before you achieve what you have promised, do you not?"
I understand fully.
Then return and work a bit harder, not just to keep yourself safe, but those around you. They are important to your success. Don't be a fool, Cade.
I will do your bidding.
Good. And then the vision begins to fade, and then you hear a voice, weak, but you do recognize it, simply saying the words, "Help me." You're not able to wake up, but you sort of are able to almost channel. You feel like you can maybe channel your presence somehow, but how you decide to do that is up to you.
So I just, in my dream, I turn towards this voice and I begin running towards it, arms outstretched, just trying to reach for this voice.
As you run, it's almost like you're running into darkness, but also running along the path of moonlight, and that seems to be the right path. And then next to you, Eos, you see actually where Cade actually is. You see him begin to glow slightly, and then you see almost like a vision of him there, just standing there looking at you. And Cade, you're able to interact with Eos in this moment. You are also aware of Mother Night's presence. Can't see them, but you can feel them.
I look up towards Mother Night, and am I armored? Am I armed?
Well, you were just sort of taken unconscious, so you are, I would say you're still armored and armed, yes.
Well, it depends on if anybody decided to try and unarm me. But
I think you would have your stuff, but not like equipped. You know what I mean? Like you're laying in a bed.
Well, as you, I'm going to say this, whilst your physical form does not have that, and I'll say you don't have the armor, the sword, the Sunblade, comes to your hand. Almost like your
Perfect.
spiritual hand. You can see a spiritual representation of it.
So, looking down at Eos, seeing the tear roll down her face, I step forward and in between Eos and Mother Night, and I raise my sword up.
And now you can definitely see Mother Night, and she just sort of smiles and goes, well, the one who got put into the deal without their consent. Do you mean to strike me down, Cade?
If it will keep you away from her, then I will do what I must.
Well, you could always make the deal for her and take on the responsibility yourself. After all, you're quite fond of making oaths, from what I understand. Would you like to hear my deal, Cade? It's quite a simple one, and not nearly as risky as the one you've been put into. Well, at least the one that Helweir's put himself into.
He twitches,
I'll
cocks his
take
head.
I'll take that as a yes. All I've asked is that your dear friend Eos there gets to know me a little bit better and pays me back for the treasure they have taken. They simply must travel across this land. Once all is done, once you have been successfully, assuming you live that long, enough to bring down Strahd, simply travel across the land and place an item of material or sentimental value at enough of my shrines. Probably all of them, but I might be feeling nice one day. And if they agree to do that, then I will let them go and they can rest.
Eos at the moment is, you can see her eyes kind of fluttering. She looks drowsy. Her head kind of rolls around, and at this point, Eos can see Cade, but she probably interprets it as some sort of hallucination from what she's just induced herself with.
Yeah, and to add to that illusion, it almost seems like Cade has a cape of black feathers on which you'd never seen him wear.
Hmm. Did my vision of the hero have a cape of feathers?
You're not sure, but you did see like wing symbology in that. So perhaps this is that sort of similar symbology, but in a different way.
Right.
You're not 100% sure.
Yeah.
You're a bit too drowsy.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is going to be the first time I'm going to ask this campaign, but could I borrow you in the DM Whispers?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you wish. Okay.
So just before we go in for the stream, I'm going to mute just because I want this to kind of be something. Well, if James says yes, then for everyone. So
Okay.
Well, we win.
yeah,
And
I'm just
I
going
will
to mute.
say that I'm aware of the time, so we'll try to make it quick.
Oh
and
shit!
then
Yeah, sorry.
we'll head over then. We'll be back.
Okay, I'm just going to put us on the break screen. Back in a sec.
Yep.
Okay.
So, Mr. Everwood, what is your answer?
He looks back at Eos and raises his head up to a... brings the sword up to a head level and says, I will take you up on this deal. I will take the pain away from Eos for her sake. She has taken a burden away from me, and so I must do the same. But I will not bow down to you. Otherwise you'll have to answer to her.
And at that point, the raven cloak on his back seems to spread into wings and then forms into a large raven behind him with a crown of feathers. And just, she goes, well, that does make things interesting. So, you're not willing to make the deal, but you are willing to take the burden. Is that correct?
She would do the same.
Then let us consider that as what we will do, but I will give you a little bit of a warning. My curses are not broken easily. And with that, you basically just fade away. Eos, this vision fades for you. But I'm going to say, as you're falling asleep,
Yeah, she's on the very edge of that.
you notice that the moon symbol on his head, that Mother Night symbol, glows briefly, but then it fades away and just stays as the symbol underneath the ink, but you saw it briefly glow. And you fall asleep, Eos, and Cade, you wake up.
Oh god damn it, can I retcon? Also, you gotta take this thing off my fucking head.
No. You wake up to visions in your head and sounds of Eos being killed by every enemy that you two have faced together so far, including Strahd, ripping them apart. You are unable to rest, and you will not get the benefit of a long rest. But at least not at night. You can potentially sleep during the day, but that, of course, makes things difficult. Eos, on the other hand, you do get the benefits of a long rest.
I'm passed out. I've still got like the tourniquet on as well.
But that
Oh god.
The things I do for the cleric.
does seem an appropriate place to end tonight's session. As the party take a long rest, all but one of them, the curtains draw, and that is the end of this episode. But we will, of course, be back next week at approximately the same time, same place. We'll also be back on... Actually, stay tuned, because shortly after this, there's another show. The Last Resort Company, with going through Tomb of Annihilation. And then Friday, of course, we've got Roll for Story at about 6:30. And then Sunday, we have Witch Hunters, about 6. And this is all British time. And for those who have missed anything, feel free to catch up on YouTube, follow us on Twitter, follow us anywhere else, Facebook, and if you've got any questions, feel free to message us on one of those platforms. But for now, good night. And don't let the werewolves bite.
Bye-bye.